I figured I'd just say g'day. See how many people jump in. It's been forever since I've been live on YouTube. So I'll wait for some people. Bicep veins these days. Left one, not quite as much. Right one's getting up there. We got someone in the chat. What's going on? It's been a while since I've done this. At least one. Green screen. No, we don't want a green screen. Whoa. How did I do that? How do I turn the green screen off? That's really weird. I don't know why I'm on a green screen now. Hang on a second. I don't want a green screen. There we go. Okay, there we go. We're back. What's going on? And why Balboa? Hey, yo. How are you, man? Sam Barris. Hey, Ryan. What's your top tip for elbow tendonitis? Oh, man. Elbow tendonitis. Arm wrestling is always... Yeah, man. I have ulnar nerve issues for me. That's what my main issues are. But elbow tendonitis... Man, just anti-inflammatories, good nutrition, good rest, lots of reps. Don't push it too hard. Drew24, how are you, brother? It's been a long time since I've jumped on, man. Joshua Ozigby, greetings from the UK. Good to see you too, man. Hope you're well. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm like 18 days out from facing Mr. Tom Holland, so I'm getting ready. He's your number one man from the UK, I believe. I look like the Ryan from 7 years ago. Yeah, at the moment I need a haircut, Drew24. I definitely do. But yeah, I've changed a lot in the last couple of months. How many calories am I eating a day at the moment? So, yeah, like truthfully, right now I'm in a calorie. I need to be in a calorie deficit at the moment just to make weight for Tom. I need to be 86 kilos for Tom, so I'm gonna do a bit of a water cut and all that sort of stuff, but I need to diet down for that. You thought I switched to becoming a pro bodybuilder, Barry Allen. Yogesh, good to see you, Yogesh. Hook workout. Hey, the bodybuilder stuff has been a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it. It's been way more satisfying than a lot of other training methods that I've done. So I'm enjoying currently doing sort of a bodybuilding routine. Please give me some tips for pain reducing in the riser. Ooh, I'll get there. Sam Barris, will you ever put out your own training program based on everything you know now? So Sam, I have my training program out there. So if you go onto Instagram, you can follow my exact training program. The thing is, my training program will always evolve. I've had the pleasure of getting coaching, direct sort of training advice from so many different elites in the world, and I've had so many different options. But yeah, you can, if you get Insta, or maybe this is a reason for you to get it, man, you can grab it on there and you can literally follow. Like, I update my program continuously, and so whatever I'm doing, it's there. It's just for people to see if they want. But yeah, looking good, Bowen. Somehow you've made yourself look younger. Yeah, I know. My hair is wild at the moment though, so I'll look better once I get a cut. When I go to Knuckles Up, they always have a sponsor from I forget the barber's name, but there's a barber over there that sponsors their events, and so I'm going to let my hair get real long and wild and let him sharpen it up, and I might film like a time lapse or something for some Instagram story or whatever. Yogesh, hook best or top roll? Man, more people top roll than hook. That's the truth, just statistically. So I think there's more longevity in the top roll. I think the easiest way, the quickest way, the most non-taxing way to win an arm wrestle is to be able to out top roll someone. But if you go to hit a top roll and someone's strong enough to contain it, then often the hook is right there. So I'm the kind of guy that likes to just arm wrestle wherever my opponent doesn't like to arm wrestle. So if they're a hooker, I'm going to top roll them. If they're a top roller, I'm probably going to force them in. So yeah. Monkey says, someone from either Russia, Ukraine, or whatever. But look, I'm looking forward to it. I'm like 18 days away from facing Tom Holland, so it should be a lot of fun. Knuckles Up is always a blast. I'm really pumped for Rickard Borneman's debut. He's facing Don Underwood, and Don is one of the best arm wrestlers in the USA. Legend. He's beaten Devin, he's beaten Travis, all this kind of stuff. So I can't wait to see the Rickard Borneman debut that we've all been long awaiting for. Thugalicious. Ooh, knock my phone over. What are the best ways to train for a top roll so that I don't open my bicep angle every time I use my back pressure? No matter how strong my hammer curls, rise or back pressure, it keeps on opening up. Yeah, interesting. So when you're Thugalicious, if you are getting opened up always in this elbow, like I will say that I am strongest about there compared to here. Definitely not as strong there, but you still want to train connecting and coordinating your wrist and everything. So it depends. Like if you're getting, when you're trying to top roll, if your pronation is being defeated and then you're getting opened up, that would be different to if your pronation is staying intact. If your pronation is staying intact and you're still getting opened up, then yeah, you need more hammer curl. But if your pronation's getting turned before you open, okay, then even wrist flexion will help keep that angle tight. But at the end of the day, you want to just balance what your wrist can do, what your hand can do, with what your bicep and shoulder can do. So just patience, man. Patience, continue training. It's all the same. Travis Bajent barely has any injuries. Yeah, any top rolls, yeah. Top rolling is definitely the cleanest way to win. Less damage on your body in a top roll. If you win a top roll real smooth, you barely even feel fatigue. You just disengage your opponent completely. Not to say that you can't disengage going like this. You can disengage going like that for sure. Hey, 60 of you guys in here at the moment. I appreciate all of you. You can hit that like button for me, and we'll get a few more in there as well. What's everyone's match that they're looking forward to most at Knuckles Up 5? Obviously, I'm taking on UK's Tom Holland. Mario Tambakis taking on Ron Barth. That's a huge match as well. Can't wait to see that. Mario's form lately is so good. I faced Ron in February of last year, so I have a sense of their levels. And I'm telling you right now, I think Mario's gonna win that match. I think Mario is gonna beat Ron Barth, but it's Ron at the end of the day, so you know that he can stick around and he can do anything necessary. So, is there a weight cap on my match, Bob Anderson? Yes, there is. There is a weight cap of 86 kilos. So I'm not 86 kilos at the moment. I'm way bigger than 86 kilos. Even my left is looking good. Look at this. Left is coming along. But 86 kilos is what I will be momentarily. I will be water cutting down to 86. And then I'll be rehydrating, recarbing, all that sort of stuff. So I'm carnivore diet right now. So I zero carbs, zero sugars. I had a big carb sort of feast at Christmas and all that sort of stuff. I sort of was an exception to the rule then, but I am carnivore at the moment. So my typical day is I wake up, I'll have a coffee, black coffee, and then I will have maybe 6 eggs for breakfast, and then I'll have. Yesterday I had a bunch of kangaroo for lunch, and then had some steaks for dinner, and that's it. And if I need to snack, it's like cheese and things like that. But yeah, so I need to be 86 kilos for Tom, who I hear is already just walking around at that weight. No worries at all. So he has no water cut to do. Tom is historically, I mean, he's known as the lean machine. Very tall. I think Tom's probably up here. I'm 6'1". He's 6'3" or 4. I don't know. He's a lot taller than me, and his elbow to fingertips really long too. So stylistically, it's a very interesting matchup. For me, we have touched hands once before, which was just on a practice table in the UK, and we felt super balanced. It's a good match. I've always actually respected Tom so much. I've always described him for a long time. I've described him as my favorite arm wrestler in the world. So I like what he can do on the table. And that means it's really bad. I think he's really good. But anyway, we'll see if I'm strong enough to get the job done. We'll find out. But I do feel like I've had a good preparation. I feel like I have worked very, very hard. And that's the most important thing, is that I just understand within my own mind that I've worked very hard. So win, lose, or draw, I feel good going into this match because I know I have done everything. I've done everything possible. just got to now turn up, and I am getting that excited feeling. It's like, ooh, ooh. Tomorrow, in fact, I will probably have my last heavy table time. Lachlan Carpenter from Sydney is going to be dropping by, and he is in amazing. He's 115 kilos right now and shredded. Like, I don't know if you've seen his form, but my gosh, I don't know. Like, he hasn't had a formal match in a long time because he got almost 2 years ago. He got banned, WADA banned. So he hasn't formally competed in some time, but he hasn't stopped. He has not taken his foot off that accelerator, and he is in amazing form. Like, I think that Lachlan Carpenter is probably, truthfully, the reality of it in Australia, top 4 in the country. Absolutely. I think Rickard Borneman, Lachlan are there. They're the 1 and 2. They've got to sort that out, hopefully, in 2025. I think that, look, we have to put Brett Coots. Brett Coots up there based on his recent performances. Then you got Mario, and you got Lachlan. So I think, yeah, I think I'm at like number 6 at the moment at best with my current weight, but down at 90 kilos. But I don't know, I still feel good. So we'll see how I go tomorrow with 115 kilo Lachlan Carpenter. Should be good. Oops, sorry, just going to scroll. Oh, I was thinking no one was making comments, but I just scrolled up a bit and it wasn't moving anything. Are you ready to go to war against Tommy? Coin flip match, I'm guessing. Going silver bullet. Yeah. RHCP, I agree, man. Look, Tom is one of those guys that just, when he puts, he's a guy that stops matches. He does have a flash pin in him. He really does. I've seen him do it. He's lightning off the go. And he's got such a long elbow to fingertip that he can stop someone from getting to the strap very easily. So I'm expecting a genuine war. And I know that he has amazing rotation in the hook. And the length of his lever really does make the geometry of the match completely different. So I can't wait. I think you're right. I don't see it being easy to finish the match in any circumstance. You use both arms or you specialize in one? My right arm is a lot better. Jay Narvez, my left arm is catching up now. I am finally in the gym doing as much work on my left as I do on my right. I've changed that discipline now. So it will catch up, but my left arm has done nowhere near over the years. Barry Allen says, I feel Tom Holland is small for you. Are you guys the same weight? Yes, we will. I will be 86 kilos. I don't think he has to do a water cut to 86 kilos. I think he's just walking around. So he'll walk straight in at 86 kilos. I will water cut to 86 kilos. The Drew 24, Don may have hurt his elbow in this 4-way. Did you see him pull? Not the best performance. No, I didn't see it. Yogesh, you like to play hook or top roll? You know, Yogesh, I like to do whatever my opponent doesn't want me to do. So if someone's hoping I'll hook, I'll top row. If someone's hoping I'll top row, I'll hook. I can do all of it. I like that. When is the wrong time to use a high hook? The wrong time to use a high hook. That's an interesting question. You know, the high hook is one of those beautiful things that allows you options. There's definitely a wrong time to use a top roll. There's definitely a wrong time to use a hook, but I don't know if there is a wrong time to use a high hook, because a high hook is such a beautiful balance point between inside and outside pulling that you can counter everything from a high hook. So the high hook, like the Ottawa high hook, is, I guess, why they named it that way, and why Devin was such a big fan of the high hook for such a long time, is it's kind of like the ultimate technical position to do everything from. So I don't know. There's not really a wrong time to high hook. Fan from Puerto Rico, thank you, Maxwell64. Shartfish Fish, interesting name. Monster Michael Todd coming back from injury. What's your opinion on the King's move? Yeah, look, I am on the Monster Michael Todd fanboy train. I hope that he beats Hermes and gets his shot at Levant. For me, that's dream come true stuff. I love the story of Michael going as low as Michael did with his injuries and everyone thinking he was done with his career, to him being back and now one step away from facing Levant. I think if he can beat Hermes, that'll be amazing. But look, Hermes is a scary, scary dude. I know he's so strong. And when he pulled Michael years ago, he looked really good. Even though Michael won on fouls, Hermes was much lighter, and Hermes got so close. The Hermes that we have now is a significantly better beast than he was back then, so it's hard to see it. But, you know, Michael is an intelligent arm wrestler. He's seen how Devin beat Hermes, and Michael's lifts, I mean, they're looking good. He beat Gennady, so we'll see. I'm on the Michael bus. thoughts on the flop press versus King's Move topic? Thugalicious. I have been like lightly seeing it. I think it was Krasimir Kostadinov who brought up the issue of saying everyone that should be an automatic loss. No, I think if you were to try to police that, it'd be so difficult for referees to get right. I think it's a terrible move. I think just stick with the rules as we got at the moment. Look, the sport is great having a flop press. The sport is great having a King's Move. The King's Move is not hard to beat. You just need to man up and do it. Like, I mean, so it's not an issue. I think anyone who has a hook and no press, they deserve to lose. They deserve to lose to a King's Mover because they haven't done the work to develop their press. They should have a press because everyone that I've ever King's moved who has a press, they don't have an issue. They get there. Like Lachlan Adair, I can stop Lachlan's hook with a King's move. But then he just goes, okay, well, what are you going to do now? And I can't stop that. So look, everything has its vulnerability. And if you are a hooker and you have no press, that's your problem. So, like people like Todd Hutchins, for instance, he doesn't have a press. And so Todd struggles to finish a King's move, but he does it just by sitting there with his endless side pressure. But yeah, if you don't have a press, it's a problem. So Krasimir, who brought that up, has a problem because clearly he doesn't have a press to the same level that he does have a hook. So yeah, I don't like anyone trying to get rid of those technical moves. What's up, Ryan? Much love from Florida. Thanks, Chad. Appreciate it, man. Emiliano Osorio, curls or pull-ups? What is better for overall arm wrestling strength? So, look, pull-ups are fantastic. I definitely have always been a fan of the pull-ups, especially as I get lighter in my body weight. They've been a lot of fun, but I do think you can get much more significant strength growth in the arm, in the elbow, that crucial angle that there is driving all your back pressure with curls. I think heavy static curls is really the most transferable thing to arm wrestling that I would recommend. Ginge Minge, hi Bowen, huge fan and been following your progress for years now, been arm wrestling for 1 to 2 years and had a question. Does your drooling mongrel baby cough up orange hairballs after head? Wow, what a question that is. I should read these before I actually say them. Whatever. Okay, Fit Pro. This is the most fresh version of you I've seen. You look like you have soul freedom. Enjoy, man. Hey, I appreciate that, Fit Pro. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I know I look younger. Everyone's commenting I'm looking younger, but wait till I get a haircut and look even more sharp. But yeah, my percentage body fat's the lowest it's been in probably since I was a teenager. And I'm getting like pec development where I never used to have pecs. My traps and shoulders are feeling good. Arms are getting better. Everything's coming along. Even doing legs now. Even doing legs, squatting, and I'm genuinely enjoying the squatting. So thank you, man. I appreciate it. Genocidal says, keep up the great work and the progress, man. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Bob Anderson, I'm excited for the Ron versus Mario. Yes, and Jordan versus Ferret and Rickard versus Don. 3 outstanding matches. Ron versus Mario. I'm tipping Mario. Mario's side pressure is so good at the moment. His peak force. So when I remember facing Ron, round 1 against Ron, he and I got stuck at center. So our peak force in a side pressure sense was the same for the first 5 seconds, and then it was his ability to just maintain that overwhelmed me. Mario's peak force is greater than my peak force at the moment when it comes to side pressure. So I think that the match is actually going to go Mario's way left of center, and I think you're going to see Ron in an open arm top roll defense, and you're going to see Mario drop his wrist and go to a press, which he does have. So I think you're going to see side pressure from Mario, defense from Ron, press from Mario to get the victory. Jordan and Ferret, yeah. Look, Jordan's performance against Marcio at the last Knuckles Up was so amazing that you have to. I remember talking to him, and he's like, I mean, he's been in this situation where he's been on the ban list due to his association with Bulgaria and all of the WAF politics and all that sort of stuff. So we haven't seen Jordan arm wrestling as much as he deserves. And I think that Jordan is genuinely top 10 in the world on the overall list without us getting the chance to see him prove that. So I think Jordan is going to win this match. Ferret, obviously, one of the best arm wrestlers of all time, but I think Jordan's form, his ability to win center here, I don't know if there's better. And actually, speaking of people who like to win center, Rickard and Don. Rickard's ace, his genetic strength is the same as Jordan's, which is just from center to there. His ability to win that is so good. I can't wait to see Ricard's debut. Don Underwood. I don't know whether he's in good form, bad form or not, but the thing is, Don's been doing it for so long. He's tricky, he's fast, he's explosive, his hand is amazing. Ricard's going to have to pay attention. He's going to have to pay attention. I mean, Don Underwood's a man who's flash been Devin Larratt, Travis Page, and at his peak. So I don't expect him to be in that form, but I do expect him to be in a pretty dangerous form. And I can't wait to see how Ricard's going to handle that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I get to be in his corner too, so I am so pumped to be Ricard's corner man for that match. Thugalicious, what do you think the most worthy to face Levan after all the matches for East West West 16 is done? I want it to be Michael Todd, man. I really do want it to be Michael Todd. He, for the story of the sport, it's the coolest possible match is to have Michael Todd facing him. We've seen Levan beat everyone else, and I know Ermes got close last time, so Ermes does deserve a match again. But I don't know. I think it's cooler. I think it's cooler for the story of the sport to have Levan show us what he does against Michael. And if Michael truly is in the best form he's ever been in, and he's looking hugely strong with his lifts, then let's see it. Let's see if Levan can deal with him. He's dealt with everyone else so comfortably. It's ridiculous. So I want to see it. I thought you were going to go on the Praise AM channel to talk about Christianity. Hudson TD777. Yeah, I was due to head on there at some stage. Life got busy at the time and it wasn't possible, so maybe we can reschedule that. But yeah, man, always happy. Barry Allen, give us the real odds between you and Auden. You think it's 60-40 for you or higher? Look, I don't know. Like Auden, I have respect for all arm wrestlers out there that are training, and Auden clearly is one of those guys who's training. He's young and he's growing. He's a taller man than me. He's got a longer hand than me. The one advantage I have over him is that I have been doing this longer. Now, even though he's been around the sport, he's been soaking it up from his father and the household he lives in for a very, very long time. The elbow conditioning is the one thing that I have more of him, and you can't rush elbow conditioning. So muscular strength. Let's just throw the mixture into the bag there to say that with all his technique and leverage and all my technique and leverage, let's say we have a similar strength level. Okay, cool. That means a good match. I think the difference is that my joints have done more time. So my elbow has done more time. Therefore, I think that I have that side pressure longevity. Hey, thank you, the Catabolic T-Rex. $5 super chat, you're the man. Of everyone you've pulled over the years, which one has the weirdest or most unique pulling style? Okay. Straight away someone did come to mind, but I want to think as well before I just blurt out the answer. The first answer that jumped into my mind was Baek Song-yeol. Baek Song-yeol from South Korea, had the most significant side pressure that I've experienced. He didn't care. Beating him was the most painful victory I've ever had. It was so difficult, but he wasn't weird. He was just uniquely strong in a very abnormal ratio. He had more side pressure than I expected. But Bob Brown is another. Bob Brown, John Brazank's buddy. Well, I met him at John's home, and Bob has maybe the shortest range I've ever seen. Like when you talk about people who can't straighten their arm, Bob's arm goes to there, sort of thing. And so arm wrestling him was like, what the hell is this? You take hand control and you go to move sideways and you hit this little, and you're like, what? Okay. And then it's a real puzzle to beat someone who has a stop that happens with connective tissue tightened to the degree his was. So Bob Brown was awesome because I got to think outside the box. So he wasn't strong enough that he could forcibly pin me. So it gave me all this time. I was like thinking, all right, what do I do? What do I do? And it forced me to come up with a strategy that I call black hole. I haven't used the black hole on anyone in an official match, but one day I'll use what I call the black hole of arm wrestling, and you'll see it. I just need a really solid Kings mover to be against the solid Kings mover in order to bring out the black hole. But thank you for that super chat, brother. I really appreciate it. Back to the comments. Had a bit of old roux for lunch, Ginger Minge. Yes, I did, man. I even bought some more today. Some kangaroo. Yes, we do eat a kangaroo here in Australia. It's actually one of the most sustainable meats here. Super. It's a bit leaner than beef and all that sort of stuff. High protein, low fat. So it gets a little gamey if you cook it too long, but cook it fast. She's very tasty. Man, I miss Steve Irwin. Yeah, how good was Steve Irwin? His zoo is like an hour's drive from where I usually live. Dylan Luke says, "Oh shit, he's back down to 115. Must be shredded." Yes, Lockie Carpenter at 115 is looking super shredded. Actually, let me see if I can do this. Hang on, I want to see if I can bring up a picture of Lachlan Carpenter. Check it out. Ready? There's Lachlan Carpenter. Lockie Carpenter look, that's the 115 Lockie Carpenter. He's looking shredded. I'll be arm wrestling him tomorrow. I don't know, my arm doesn't. Does my arm compare? Oh, it looks a bit small. It looks a bit small. I don't know if I should get my shirt off like him. I don't know. I'm not. No. Not quite the same. Not quite the same. All right. Okay, we get rid of Lachlan Carpenter in the bathroom, but I'm going to be grouping up with him tomorrow. So that should be good. That should be good. The kangaroo street fights actually happen. Yeah, man, they do. When I lived in Canberra, when I was in the army, there were kangaroos all the time, hopping around doing their thing, and yeah, they do. They just brawl up in the street, literally in like the neighborhood streets where people's houses are. You'll just see kangaroos teeing off on each other. King's Move opinion, Justin Bishop has a great idea of shoulder going under the pin pad. No, look, there's no need to change anything. I don't know. I haven't been paying close enough attention to see what everyone's opinion is, but straight off the bat, I don't think there's any need to change anything. Look, the King's Move is a great move. It's not a bone lock. It's incredibly difficult to pronate through your hand and wrist to keep enough dragging back pressure on to separate your opponent from even getting into a press. You're constantly looking to rise and climb and roll and reactivate your own bicep. It's a very difficult move to do. Everyone who whinges about it should just develop a press and deal with it. You look younger every time I see you. Nice job, man. Thanks, Luckadoo79. Thugalicious again. So is Tom a puller like Michael Todd? Can stop a match, has a flash pin for later when he gasses you. Thugalicious, Tom tends to flash people in the first round when they're not sure of what lane to go in, because Tom has a really long elbow to fingertip, so he can reach a long way past people's pronators, and it gives him this outer straps ability to throw sideways. So if someone is overcommitted to a top roll against Tom, he can lure them into a false sense of security, and he'll not show them how strong his fingers are. And if he senses that you're going too much top roll, he'll whack and rip you across the table. So I got to be careful not to over top roll. I got to be careful to not just go this way, but also have genuine threat this way as well. If I have genuine threat that way, he can either choose to just come in with me outside of straps, or then he might choose to slip and get tied to me. I don't know. We'll see. Dude, I got to do dumbbell wrist curls with 20 kilo, 40 kilos reps. With 20 kilo, 40 reps. That's not bad, man. I like to, with dumbbell wrist curls, I do like to go heavy. I like to get a 50 kilo dumbbell and just short controlled range. I mean, but wrist curls are one of those things that you can injure yourself easily to, so be careful. Hi, Ryan. Is your match with Tom in the UK? Norwich Arm Wrestling, then my match with Tom is going to be in New Jersey, the United States of America, New Jersey, at Knuckles Up number 5. The link in my bio, profile, wherever it is, I'm sure, will take you to it. If you want to watch the pay-per-view and all that sort of stuff, you get 10% off if you go via the link in my description. Yeah. Who is this Ginger Harry Potter? Says KVLTST. Thugalicious crushing it today with all the questions. High hook is mid-range technique in the way, right? Yes, it is. Mid-range. John Brzenk style counts as a high hook or a low hand. Look, John Brzenk, I don't think John initiates with a high hook. John likes to, or from when I've gripped John trusts, first of all, his fingers. He will contain low before rolling high. Typically, when John's dominating, that's how John pulls. But if John's the weaker man in a circumstance, in more recent times, John will bail on his ability to do this, and he'll go all in on rise and roll, and then he'll only reintroduce cuppa a little bit later. But classic John Brzenk is, I'm gonna take the high ground, but also be deep. I'm gonna force you in, and as you come to go in with me, he rolls you. So he will top roll people from a low grip. When are you winning again, Danny? Yeah, look, we'll see, man. We're in a sport where someone wins and someone loses. I think my international professional record, someone have to do this history on me. I think I've had like 16 international matches. I think I've won maybe 8 or 7. I'm pretty much right on 50-50. I've had a draw as well. But yeah. Henry Nering, sup Ryan in the chat. Good to see you, man. Hope it all is going well. Obzen says, Drew24, I saw the video of Don as well. His hit looked pretty good, but it seemed he stalled out near the pad. I did see him grabbing his elbow. Yeah, so that's the style of arm wrestler Don is. He's a hit guy. He's an all-out offensive surge. He's a timing guy. He's a speed guy. He likes to really just explode. So the flash pin is what Don's going to be. No way does Don want to get dug down into a hook war with anyone, let alone a Rickard Bornemann. So if it goes deep inside, it's all Rickard. Don is going to be looking for flash pins. John Boy, would losing to Tom be catastrophic at this career? My point, look, losing is never catastrophic for me. Look, I have so much respect for Tom. Last time I was in a room when Tom pulled, who was the guy he beat? He beat a guy that finished second at WAF that year. So, like, no, losing to Tom is not catastrophic. Of course, I want to win, but I have so much respect for Tom Holland. He's an amazing, amazing arm wrestler. So, no, not at all. Not at all. Doesn't worry me. Look, I'm going to do everything possible to win, of course. But if I lose to Tom, then, hey, hats off to him. The most important thing for me is that I know within myself that I've trained incredibly hard. I haven't missed anything. I've done my program. I've had my program designed and made efficient for me, and I haven't missed anything. So I'm doing everything possible to win. Everything possible. The Drew24 says Obzen, and his last round he had nothing. Hope he's okay. Not a good match first Rickard in that condition. We'll see. Hopefully he's all good. All right, just scrolling through. Looking juicy, says Juggernaut. Thank you, man. Getting these fellas. Try those neutral grip pull-ups where you tuck in your legs at the top. Really engages more core. From the Drew24, good advice. Hello from England. G'day, Tuma. Good to see you, man. What is your weight right now? Shh, don't tell anybody what my weight is, because I will be 86 kilos in just like 18 days time or 17 days time, whenever the weigh-in is. But right now, clothed like I am, I'm probably 93. So I got a 6 kilo cut to do. Bloody hell, Ryan, you look so different, probably because I haven't seen you for a while. Keith Thomas. Yeah, man, lots changed since I got rid of the terrible moustache, and I've lost a fair bit of body fat, and I think I've put on some good stuff as well. So yeah. Carlos says, looking good, Ryan. How the hell can top pullers pull every single day heavy? I can do that. Is it steroids? Like pulling every day. I don't pull every day. If you do pull every day, I promise you're not pulling max effort. Like, you might be pulling max effort in a muscular sense, but you won't be pulling max effort in a joint sense. Your joints can't handle it. If you're going sideways and redlining and someone's stronger than you is pulling through you, no, you're going to get sore no matter who you are. So sensible table time can be done every day. But I do table time once a week. And I go hard for like 15 minutes, and then I go moderate for about an hour. So, but how do you approach a serious injury, Carlos? Oh man, look, sometimes injuries are a blessing. Hey, you take injuries as a blessing. I've had ulnar nerve issues for a while, and I'm still trying to deal with it. But it's made my rise better. It's made my pronation better because it's made me focus on other things and use technical changes and things like that. So just see arm wrestling injuries as a blessing. Just keep on going, work around it, and rehab and get back onto it. Emilio says, Rickard is my favorite upcoming arm wrestler. Honestly, I train like him. Nice. Look, he's my favorite upcoming arm wrestler too. I think that he is going to make a big impact on the sport. And I think that this match will be obviously his first one. Look, Don Underwood, we can't write him off, but Rickard is phenomenal. I can't wait to see what that man does. And he's got a younger brother too that's just as brutal and he's quickly becoming massive. All right. Bowen, greater than Mazahir, greater than Arbas, greater than Auden. Oh, I appreciate it, Tuma. Thank you, man. The match against Mazahir was a tough one, but one of my favorite matches for sure, winning that one 4-3. Auden in another year might be too much for Bowen. Yeah, maybe. Auden's a bigger dude than me genetically. He's I don't know, he's clearly taller than me. I think he's weighing. Look, his percentage body fat is above mine at the moment. I've definitely dropped down. Like I said, I'm 93 kilos at the moment, and I'm easily my leanest that I've been. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Auden, definitely. I don't underestimate him at all. Looking strong and healthy. Historian, thank you, man. Artem Taranenko. Yep. Sup, my mofo, says Ellie Brown. That's what I was thinking, says DNO. Thugalicious. If they had a match, Vitali or Michael Todd, who would win? Oh, yeah, Vitali. Hey, he's got such long levers that you just have to assume he's going to win the high ground. But Michael does have an ability, even if he loses the high ground, he can palm up King's move still. And I don't know if Vitali has a press or if he has to. No one's ever really forced him to have to press. So it's a tricky one. I think Vitali wins center. Michael stops him, and then I don't know what happens. The Enviro Pro. This reminds me of like your first few YouTube videos looking young. Yeah, we're going back in time. Do I still arm wrestle? Repair man. Occasionally, yes. Chandam Kumar says, ooh, Emiliano, what would you say is elite with a partial back row with big rolling handles? Thank you, sir. A partial back row. So we're talking like this, I guess. So when I with a rolling handle, so without a rolling handle, I know that I at my world gym will do rows with 130 kilos, and I'll get like 3 or 4 sets in of maybe 5 reps. So if you added a rolling handle to that, I'd probably still be able to do it, but only like 1 or 2 reps. So I would say for me, 130 kilos is where I would look at. All right, now I'm up to the comments clearly where I put Lachlan up there, and people are now having a go at Lachlan. Lean Lockie says, Obsen, yeah. Head like a chewed up lollipop, says Ellie Brown. Daniel, how's the carnivore diet? I've tried a meat heavy diet, but didn't go all the way. Yeah, look, I feel good with the carnivore diet. It's very sustainable for me. It usually takes about 5 days to kick it in before cravings of sugar and all that sort of stuff disappear. But once I'm on it, I feel good. I feel strong in the gym on carnivore. I am making PRs. I just see myself leaning up constantly. So it's nice. I like it. What's up with Jordan Davis? Where's he been? Haven't seen him in years. Don't know. Ryan looks so much younger. I'm sold on the no sugar now. Yeah. Look, no sugar has been good to me. It really has. And I was someone who historically was eating so much sugar. And so nowadays it's gone from the diet, which, yeah. Ryan's probably blasting gear now. So there's that, says Ellie Brown. Yeah, interesting. Drew 24, have you tried it? Tom Ruck, good win, fresh on fresh, though. I'm not sure what that one's referring to. Got busy. You don't feel Taranenko pulls weird? Just all side pressure. Yeah, look, Taranenko does pull weird. He likes to throw sideways really hard, and he likes to throw sideways from the base of his palm. He kind of let his wrist go and just is inspired by Todd Hutchins a bit, combined with a bit more top roll. He's a great puller. Personally, for me, his shape has always been convenient for me to face. Hence, I've never lost a round on Adam. I think I'm now, how many rounds am I up? I think I'm 7-0. 7-0 on Adam, on right arm. I don't think I could beat him left. He's too good on left, but right, I got him. I got him. How do you feel about countering a King's move with a top roll? Yeah, you can do it. You can just, if you can out climb someone, then you can do whatever you want with them. But most King's movers have pretty good rise generally. Still, did you look pretty crazy right now? I had lost weight and started working out again pretty consistently, but nowhere near your level. Thank you, Dino Allen. Keep on going, man. How you looked, Denick. Yeah, look, I didn't get to pull with Denick. I got to meet Denick when I was in India. I was in Mumbai. I got to see him in the foyer, shake his hand, took a photo with him, all that sort of stuff. I think he won the Asian Championship for the 80 kilo class. I think he's India's #1 ranked arm wrestler at 80 kilos. Very nice guy as well. Yeah, all I can say is I got a lot of respect for Denick. I think he looked the part. Very explosive, good top roller. Yeah, and nice guy. Looking lean, mate. Good luck against Holland. Thank you, NLV. Clayton Bragg. Losing in general isn't catastrophic. It's necessary for growth as a personal. Yeah, look, it's anyone who thinks that look, arm wrestling is not a sport where you're going to see people just go through and never lose. Yes, Levan is in a state like that right now, but for everybody else, you are going to more realistically see them at a 50-50 situation. Roger Federer, I saw him quoted maybe 2-3 months ago. He was being interviewed, and he said of his Grand Slam matches, he's won 53% of points. And it's like, wow, only 53% of points won by someone with as many titles as Roger. So yeah, we're in a sport where 50-50 is pretty much the balance. And like I said, my international stats right now, I think pretty much right on 50-50. Are you training traps, or is that just a byproduct of all your exercise? I am. On once a week, I'm training traps. And when I train traps, I do 2 different positions. I'll do one where I drop my head forward and really contract like this. And then the other. So leaning forward, I like this one the most. It's you feel a burn there best. And then a standing direct traps as well. Just got done watching Coach Ray. People have been asking for you to pull Auden. I'd love to see that. Yeah, man. I'm down. I am down. Auden knows I'm down. Devin knows I'm down. Looking jacked and tanned. Well, I don't know about tanned. That's pushing red, more likely. Bro, you're looking good like a young Hugh Jackman. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I think John is the best. Yeah, I wish John adopted me. Oh, interesting. From Just Relax. You lean and mean, damn. Yeah, John's a good dude. Very generous, man. Thoughts on Auden versus Travis? I did see something about that. I saw it like floated. I haven't seen any videos or watched anything about it, but why not? Travis will smack him though, surely. Bam Bam Borman may be able to beat Reno in a year. Look, I think we have a lot of questions that need answering in respect to Rickard Borman. Time will tell. All I can say is he is a very, very promising young man, and I can't wait to see where he goes. He just needs the opportunity, and that ball is finally going to start rolling on January 25th at Knuckles Up 5. We will see Rickard Borman on the professional stage for the first time. If he gets a good result there, what comes next for him, we shall see. Shirt off already. Urban Rat. No, that's pushing it. I'm not at that point yet. No way. Pedro Bile. Levan will destroy McChicken. Let's see. The refs are blind this time. It may be the case. I don't care, but I want to see it regardless. Hey, did I just get another super chat and I missed it? Let me just check. I did. DNO. Alan, 86. $3 sends me a picture of looks like a hippopotamus in a jumpsuit. Nice. Thank you very much waving at me. I appreciate it. DNO.Allen.86 for the $3 super chat sticker. Legend. All right, let me just go back to where I was. What is your shoulder health condition currently? So yes, so for those who don't know, there was a time when my shoulder health condition was struggling. I had a complete but partial tear of my subscap. Look, I didn't get any surgery. I put in a heap of TB 500 and BPC 157 like for about 2-3 months. I did rehab. I'm still not benching heavy. So like my bench PR before the injury was 142.5. I have not benched more than 110 since then, deliberately, just because I'm doing it very, very, very cautiously and slowly. So I've been doing bodybuilder reps of like 80 kilo benches, really getting the muscle activation and slowing everything down and doing it in a different approach since then, because I don't want to push that shoulder, but it feels fine. I don't feel any pain in my shoulder. I have more issues in my ulnar nerve now than I do in my shoulder. Michael, in my opinion, will give Levan the most trouble out of all the opponents he's faced. Well, he's the final frontier, the final. He's the best Kings mover. We have to all admit Michael's the best Kings mover in arm wrestling, so we all want to see it. Damn it. The spaghetti-eating Italian's going to beat Todd. Michael will have a nervous breakdown on the stage, says RHCP. Maybe. Look, Hermes is a bad man. Harry Potter wants his glasses back. Okay, I'll let him. You let him know. I'll put him in the mail. Dino says, yeah, that's what I was thinking, laugh aloud. Looks odd to me, and I guess I haven't seen the match with you and him in a long time. I think that was bottom 8. Yeah, the first time I faced Adam was bottom 8. I beat him 3-0 there, and then the second time I faced him was like a year and a half ago, AWE, down in Melbourne. I beat him 4-0 there. Many people are addicted to bread. Addicted to sugar from breads, said the Drew 24, 100%. Who's my favorite arm wrestler of all time? From Carlos. So when I started arm wrestling, I focused on 3 arm wrestlers, really studying 3 arm wrestlers. One was John Brzenk, one was Devin Larratt, and one was Evgeny Prudnik. I liked those 3 guys for the way that they moved and the way that they used the technical opportunities available to them to create traps and dead spaces. And so I studied all 3 of those guys very, very closely for a long time, and I do feel like they are my favorites if we had to say who's a favorite. But I mean, yeah, John's my favorite. How do you stop a fast, hard hit, Carlos? Best way to stop a fast hit is to threaten their hand, okay? Someone won't even try to hit if they feel their hand is threatened. If you don't have enough rise or pronation in the static setup, then you're vulnerable to them flashing you. If they have confidence that they have high ground, and if they have confidence that their fingers are not being threatened, then they will back off on their static pressure to allow them to accelerate off the go. So if you can just create a static wall that scares them, their hit will go. I promise you. Hey, Ryan from RD. How are you, brother? Sylvester Stallone with the handshakes. Good to see you, man. Knuckles Up 5 is almost here, Ryan. Looking forward to seeing you perform. Thank you, Sylvester Stallone. Can't wait. It's happening January 25th. Very close. Very close. Why is it the only pullers that advocate for the King's move are the guys that use it? Why would I? Look, I advocate for the floor press. I use all moves though. I use all moves. I think it's really silly to try to ban a move in arm wrestling. Really silly. What are your thoughts on beating Lachlan? Is that in the future? I think in the correct weight class you'd have him, but what weight class do you want that to be? Tuma. Yeah, so Lachlan is heavier than me, substantially. So when I can be the same weight as Lachlan, but I'm fat if I do that. He's like 110, 112 kilos lean. I'm 93 kilos lean. And he's still probably leaner than me at 112 than I am right now. So he's got a lot more muscle mass than me. So will it ever happen? It's I don't know. It'll take a few years. I have historically put on between 1 and 3 kilos of lean mass a year since I've been involved in strength. It's a slow process, and look, Lachlan's doing the same thing, so the gap's always going to be pretty similar. So I'm not chasing him. I have my goals at the moment are much more focused on getting to the highest possible world rank that I can within a weight category. So I'm finding my weight category at the moment as I'm leaning up through being on Carnivore for a long time. Like I said, I'm 93 kilos right now, and I feel strong. At 93 kilos, I can water cut down. I'm going to water cut down to 86 kilos to face Tom Holland, who he walks around at that weight. So, and Tom Tom's world rank at 86 kilos. I don't know what it is, but it's not too shabby. I think that he's very respected at that weight. He's had some big wins. I watched him beat the 85 kilo WAF silver medalist last year at the Arm Gods event. He had a blinding match with Jason Merlo at Knuckles Up. Got very unlucky not to beat Jason that day. So Tom's amazing. So yeah, but that's what I want to do. Focus on the weight category. Corey W. Ryan, are you born again? John 3:35. Yeah, man, I'm a Christian. Oh, we got another super chat. DNO, thank you, brother. $5. You think it's unrealistic to get any decent level if I were to start at 38? I'm sure it's much harder than I think. I used to be so good. No, man, look, this is one of the best things about arm wrestling is that it has amazing longevity. Now, I'll tell you a couple of stories. First of all, look, people like Todd Hutchins. I forget the exact age, but it might have been 36 when Todd Hutchins found arm wrestling. Even Tim Bresnan, I think he was in his 40s when he discovered arm wrestling. He made it to the elite level. And then you just have to have a look at the fact that people like Brzezinski, he's 63 this year. Michael Todd's in his 50s. Todd Hutchins in his late 50s. There's no shortage of arm wrestlers. Devin's about to turn 50. There's no shortage of arm wrestlers. Ron's 62. Sorry, just listing up a whole bunch of them. So there's no shortage of arm wrestlers that prove to you that it can be done. So there's three things that matter in arm wrestling, right? You've got to have good technique. You got to know what you're doing. Yep. I'm assuming you've got good technique. You've got to have good muscular strength, which might be lacking for you at the moment because of your age. You feel like you're behind the eight ball. But 38, plenty of time. I think muscular strength for a man between 40 and 45 feels pretty normal. And I know when I asked Ron Barth that question, he said his muscular strength peak was somewhere around 45. But I asked him what his conditioning peak was, and he said his conditioning peak was current, like at 62. So that's the thing. The three things you need in arm wrestling: technique, strength, and conditioning. Conditioning never takes a backward step. The longer you're in the sport, the more it just adds to it. And what I mean by conditioning is your tolerance through your elbow, your ability to just withstand side pressure through your joints and through leaning on your joints. So it's one of those things that, it's never too late. So 38 is not at all too late, especially if you've been an arm wrestler before and you have an ability already grounded in there. You'll be able to wake it back up real quick, brother. But hey, thank you so much for the $5 super chat, DNO Allen, and you've put in a bunch of cool comments and questions today as well. So I appreciate it. All right, what else we got? Don't tread on me says, hey brother, good to see you on. Thank you for joining, man, and leaving us a comment. Corey W, if this comment convicts you, amen, the Holy Spirit is still working on your heart. Thank you, Corey W, appreciate it. Daniel, was it mental screw job losing the weight? You were pretty big this time last year. I hate losing weight. No, it actually it felt empowering. It was Paul Lynn when I had my match with Schoolboy in Dubai, and that's the fattest I ever was. I was like 107.8 kilos, I think I weighed in, and I was big, fat faced, and bloated, and yeah. And I was in the pool in Dubai with Paul Lynn the day after the event, and he convinced me to go Carnivore. He said, look, you can be just as strong as you are now. I'm even stronger, and be lean. And I'm like, okay, I believe it, because he had just beaten Lachlan Adair really convincingly. And I was like, man, look at the shape of this man. He's outstandingly prepared in every sense. And so I was like, okay. And so I felt really good. And getting in the gym, combined with fixing my nutrition, really did make me mentally feel amazing. And so it wasn't difficult for me. I enjoyed it. I have like Coke Zero as my go-to. If I have a craving for what would have been some sugar, I have Coke Zero. If I have a craving for a dessert, I have double cream, just plain double cream, and I'll just eat that. That to me gets me through. Looking fit, says Coach Shrey. Thank you, Coach Shrey. Maybe Coach Shrey is another rematch for me in the future. The weight I am right now. Have a look at me right now. If you go back and have a look at photos of when I faced Coach Ray, I'm the same weight right now as when I faced Coach Ray. Crazy, isn't it? I look so different. Darren says skinny Ryan Bowen. Yeah. Compared to the schoolboy version. Thoughts on Rickard versus Schoolboy? Yes. If I could pick any match for Rickard, after let's assume Rickard gets a good result against Don, that's what I would like to see. Rickard versus Schoolboy. I think look those guys. Rickard is 2 years younger than Schoolboy, so I think Schoolboy's a little scared of Rickard because he doesn't want to lose to someone younger than him. But they're the same, essentially the same size human. They're both big. I think Schoolboy's a little taller. I think they're both in the high 120s of their body weight. Outstanding match. I would love to see it. Jacob Tuxworth, good luck at Knuckles Up, brother. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it, man. I hope all is going well. Jacob Tuxworth, one of the best arm wrestlers, 90 kilo guys in Australia, right there, out of Queensland. Hope you're doing well, man. Richard Sheck says, hi Ryan, looking healthy. Thoughts on Rickard Borman vs Hollywood Don match? I think Rickard beats him easy. Can't wait to see it. Look, Rickard beats him easy if it's wrist on wrist, yes. But Don is a timings man. He's a hit man. He's an explosive guy, and he's very experienced. You got to remember Rickard's vulnerability right now is lack of experience. So when you're taking on someone like Don, who's been arm wrestling for 30 odd years, he's got every trick in the book. He knows how to talk to the referees. He knows how to control the energy of coming to the table. He's amplifying his strength. Look, I think if you put these guys in the gym, if you put these guys in a strength competition, Rickard wins it every day of the week. But arm wrestling is more than just strength. Arm wrestling is a whole combination of things. So you can't write off someone like Don. But Rickard, it's his match. It's his match to lose. I think it's his match to lose. Looking healthy, man. Hope you're well. Thank you, Shiloh Watermelon. Looking good, pal, from Master Vator. Thank you, Master Vator. Appreciate it. Ronan the Troll Slayer. Hey, Ryan, I don't get on much anymore, and I'm at work right now, but I just wanted to wish you good luck for your next match. Hope you and your family are well. All the best. Thank you, Ronan. I appreciate it, man. It's been a while since we've chatted. I hope you are well too, brother. I always appreciate your support. Amen, brother. Blessing, says Emiliano. Thank you very much. Richard Sheck. You still think Rickard can beat Lachlan in a super match? Look, I really hope 2025 produces that for us. I'd like to see it under the AWE banner. I think that those guys, it's so obvious that those guys need to have a match. I mean, I don't think you can say it. We can now have an opinion on who's number one in Australia. It's either Lachlan or Rickard. It's no one else. It's either one of those two guys. And you can't be certain either way. So it has to happen. It's crazy for it not to happen. I don't think either man can rightly say that they are, without a doubt, the best guy in the country. Lachlan can say he's formally ranked number one. I don't know, but Rickard's now defended this AWE title down here against all comers twice, and he's done it so dominantly. Rickard's beaten Matei Durangi Heta Morris way more convincingly than Lachlan Adair ever could. So it's like, well, they both have a claim. It needs to be settled for the fans. It needs to be settled, and I think both guys want to know. So it should happen. Lachlan, the tricky thing is Lachlan has been contracted to Core Sports, so Core Sports need to give him permission to pull Rickard, because that's the only thing stopping it. Only thing. Which category are you focused on? 85? Lager, yeah, I'm 93 kilos right now, so 85 kilo down to water cut is what I believe I can do for a serious match. It's not what I'm going to walk in. Like if I was just doing a more casual match, I'd be pulling at 90 kilos. But for something as big as maximizing my overall strength within the world scene, yes, I do think 85 kilos. Kevin West, Ryan looking great, wondering what's the right forearm measurement, 16, 17 inches. I haven't measured it for some time, man, but she's coming along. That right forearm's getting up there. DNO wrote, I already wrote this, might not have seen it, but my left elbow flex has been screwed for 3 months. The pronator was too. I fixed that, but with the other part, it's still bad. Yeah. Elbow flexors, man, like everything that goes through our elbows, problematic. All of the stuff that connects wrist flexion, that's really what gets stretched out the most when you're in a red line match. Sometimes, and nothing can really prepare you for a red line match. It's like you can train hard. You think you're putting in maximum effort in your training, and then you'll train for hours, and you won't be as sore as you will be after one match in a tournament where you get opened up. So keep rehabbing, push forward, never stop, and try and don't get injured. Meat Force, hi Ryan. Who will be the next competitor to beat Levan? I don't know that anyone's going to beat Levan. That's a big one. That's a problem. Beating Levan is a big problem. I want to see Michael face him, but I think if Michael goes up against Levan, then Levan is absolutely the favorite. Who keeps me motivated and focused? That's a good question. Ali Beta. So motivation and focus for me. I would say I draw a lot of energy from my regular club mates, Lachlan Adair, Richard Borman. They are incredibly inspiring to me. We all keep each other accountable on our drive. We're all guys that we're all training no matter what. Well, I'm so into this sport. I love it so much that I love training so much that I'll never stop training. But training with the intensity required to be worthy of pursuing the goals that we're pursuing is something that does come up with a teaming environment. So I would say Lachlan Adair. I'd say Richard Borman. I'd even say my recent trip, like when I went to India, there were heaps of athletes over there that were inspiring. So yeah, I draw motivation from everyone that I get to group up with. I'm watching you from 2020, says Danger. Yeah, man, a bit younger these days, aging backwards. Quality ice cream is mostly carnivore. There you go. Bit of sugar in that ice cream there, in there. Gotta be careful with that. When will we see you at East vs West? I don't know. Hey, so there's no tension between Engin Terzi and I. We actually chat fairly regularly. When I say chat, at time of East vs West, I'll send him a message, wish him well, do a little bit of promo work in stories and stuff, and he'll thank me for it, all that sort of stuff. So I just need to prove that I'm worthy, and I'm sure I will get a call. So proving that I'm worthy within a weight category is the main thing. Look, if I beat Tom, let's say that, if I beat Tom Holland, personally, I would love to face someone like Craig Tullier. I think that's a good little step up from Tom if I was to beat Tom. And then we know that Craig Tullier has been as high as having a shot at David Samusha. And look, long term, that's the dream, is to get to a world title. So I think to get to a world title, I will end up back at the East vs West stage at some point, if it is to be successful. So we'll see. Ian Malone says you're looking 10 years younger. Thank you, man. James Clark says, what's up, Ryan? Drew says, I see Rickard easily pinning Don. Auden Larratt is ducking me. Yes, he is, isn't he? We all know he's ducking me. But that's all right. I think the Auden match, I would call it 90% likely that it happens. I don't know when, but I'll say 90% likely that it happens, because I meet the criteria of what Auden wants in all of his opponents. Now, when Auden chooses to pull the trigger on me is when he gets confident enough that he's certain that he wins. He won't have the match with me unless, in his mind, he sees himself as the favorite. If he sees himself as the underdog, he's not going to do it. Auden, but I tick the boxes for notoriety, for being willing to chat and all that sort of stuff. So, give me 2 seconds. I just got to answer a WhatsApp. Okay, I'm back in. Sorry, I just had to answer a WhatsApp message there. So Bowen versus Barbora. Look, Barbora's big, isn't she? Was she 120 kilos or something like that? I think that she's clearly strong. I saw her in Auden pool, and Auden was forced to go into a King's move. So yeah, you look like you're on a fat stack, meaning that as a compliment. Thank you, Pukwuji. I definitely feel like I'm in my best form. in my best form. I'm having fun with the gym at the moment. Dino's asking again, it's just the part that attaches right to the elbow. I wish something was that cool. Look, stick some TB500 into it, man. That has helped me when I've had injuries at the joints. Mark Landis says, I love watching your matches. Thank you very much, Mark. I appreciate the support. You can watch my next match. Just make sure you tune in to Knuckles Up coverage and get 10% off the pay-per-view if you hit the link in my bio. When will you be back? Oh, no, that's a question I've already had. Ryan against Bacho. Look, that's not going to happen anytime soon. You do look a lot different without your beard. Thank you, Mark. I subscribed to you when you made the amazing video of Devin Larratt versus Levan, #1. Yeah, I had a lot of fun doing those promos back then. When Devin and Levan went around for the first time, it was amazing how much cool content I got to create. Why you didn't Jerry Levan? I see Devin Levan. You did like 1,000 times. Just a different time of life, man. I was in the studio at the time working, and that was what was the right opportunity for me. And life changes, things evolve. Is Travis versus Orton for real? I don't know if that one actually is for real. I think if it is for real, Travis is far too much. Even retired couch version of Travis is surely far too much for Orton at this stage, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe Travis has fallen off. Do you think Brad Grundy can beat Bacho? Yeah, I do. I think Brad Grundy beat Matt Mask, didn't he? So I think if you can beat Matt Mask, you have a chance against Bacho. But Bacho is like this combination of Levan Saginashvili and Roger Federer. I think he looks like Roger. But yeah, he's explosive, fast, and strong. So, but I think Brad's big enough and strong enough to deal with it. Ganavo, Ryan, how do you counter someone using side and back pressure at the same time with drag, like Matt Mask? Okay, so if someone's coming at you with, what did you got? You said side and back. So, and you wanna rise and roll. So anchor the pinky, really just sort of pop or like this. So at your arm wrestling shoulder off the go, bang. So instead of hitting towards the offense, hit towards the defense, chop down, rise up, get in the strap, roll. Happy days. Happy days. Do I still think Ricard beats Lachlan? That's my gut feel. That's my gut feel, yes. That is my gut feel. Have I ever pulled on a bio? No, I haven't. I'm lagging. I need to get better internet. I do apologize, everyone. Well, I have been on for like an hour and 7 minutes. I will wrap it up, but I appreciate all of you for joining in for a chat. Everyone who sent super chats, thank you so much. It's been a long time since I've been on here and caught up with everyone, so it's nice to have a chat. And look, guys, I'll be heading to USA for Knuckles Up #5. It would mean the world to me if you guys supported the event. They've done an amazing job as always. You can get 10% off the pay-per-view and 10% off the tickets in person if you head to the link that I have in my profile or bio or whatever it is. And yeah, it'll take you to my link tree and you can get it off there. But guys, I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for joining in, and I'll see you when I get to New York. All right, now how to end this sucker.